welcome. Are you playing our video game? Are you happy? No? Perhaps a short card will cheer you up. That's what we like here. Financial gain. Come and play our video game. We are inside of the walls.
Right, so GTA Online's just been released on the newest generation of consoles, and it's pretty safe to say no one's happy with it. Well, I mean, it does have its good things, but considering the delays, all the time we've spent waiting for this, it's really not up to standard. So first we should really go over the good parts, because there's not that much, but they are at least worth mentioning. First of all, probably my favourite part of this whole upgrade to next gen, we're finally able to play it at 60 frames per second. Beforehand, it's playing at 30 frames per second nowadays, when every other game is at 60. It's like you're constantly playing a game that's lagging, and now we don't have to deal with that. Also, the game is now at least upscaled on the lowest settings to 4K, and it means playing now on a 1080p display, it's a lot more bearable because you're not staring at pixels all the time, and the details in the distance are just like way more noticeable. There's also been a huge overhaul to the UI. Now when you start the game, you are put on like a main menu, so you're not forced to load into either story or online. You get to pick. There's also a lot more detail about what's happening in the game, and I believe you can even go onto your console's browser from there, and it will like show you what's new. How useful that is, I don't know, it depends who you are. There's also a new tutorial for beginners to the game. The last tutorial that we had, it's safe to say it was pretty less than useful for new people, because you just sort of dumped into the world with the original tutorial and then spammed with notifications that you have no idea what they mean. At least now you kind of get some context behind it. Also, probably the best graphical upgrade they've done is like the particle system. I noticed like explosions, tire smoke, and the clouds as well, they all look way better than they used to. It's probably the biggest giveaway that what you're looking at is expanded and enhanced gameplay. You can tell because of the explosions, they just look a lot better and more well done. The lighting also, car headlights at night time, one of the biggest noticeable things is the lights no longer just go through objects, they actually cast shadows dynamically, even on the lowest settings, which I wasn't expecting. It makes it feel more like you're playing a next generation title rather than just playing a game that's now like 8-9 years old, and it's just been absolutely milked for everything that it's got. And on that note, we are, I think, done with everything that was good in the new version of the game. And first off, the graphics, while they're better than way better than what they used to be, it just doesn't compare to PC. I've played PC, and at 4K 60 frames a second, it's not even comparable. I remember when I first started playing, I think I had my HDR settings messed up, to be fair, but like, you can notice when cars and stuff, they're in the shades, they don't then have like an extra like shadow around them, like the ambient occlusion is just missing, and it looks so out of place. Also, I'm personally having problems with the UI. I've only seen a few other people have the same thing. Basically, you might be able to tell in the gameplay, but the UI is just so much brighter than it should be. I noticed, like, after I finished streaming this, I did a Cayo Perico heist, and I was underwater at one point, and I noticed you could literally see the crust of like the JPEG of your radar because of how bright it had been made. It just looked awful, and I have no idea how no one noticed it. Another thing that looks completely awful, and I don't know why it's in the game other than to save maybe dropped frame rates from moving quickly, but it's the motion blur. I mean, the game was only out like an hour or two, and I already heard that people were getting motion sickness from the game because when you move quickly it starts to put blur everywhere, and I can really understand why you would get motion sick at that. It's quite egregious, and the worst part is you can't even turn it off, probably because they're scared that you'd notice it doesn't stay at 60 frames a second all the time. But I mean, it only reaches 60 FPS on the performance mode anyways, so I don't understand. Whatever. Probably the biggest thing, if you've been following the game to any degree, you've probably seen the problem with character transfers. I personally didn't run into this, but basically, if you ever transferred your character to PC and then like went back to console to carry on playing there, you are unable, like completely unable to port your character to next gen, because I guess they think that you're playing on PC or something. It's pretty stupid, and it's been confirmed that they are looking into it, they are trying to fix it, so I guess that's good. But I mean, like, how does something like that get through testing? This is Rockstar Games, you know, the people who put out like high quality single player experiences, and to be fair, at the start of like GTA Online and Red Dead Online, they are high quality. Just as time goes on, they can't keep up, or they run out of ideas, or the game starts breaking and they just don't seem to care, or I could go on for ages, but you get the point. Another problem that I've been personally experiencing is the fact that next gen is still next gen, it's not current gen yet. Like, I'm the only person that has access to this new version of GTA on my friends list, and so I can't actually play GTA with my friends anymore, because even if I wanted to, I can't go back to the old version of the game and play it on that, because when you transfer your character to this new version, it just flat out deletes it from the last version of the game. So I've just uninstalled the old version because I have no reason to go back to it. But it also means, like, I know Cat, he stars a lot in my videos, I won't be able to play with him until he manages to find a Series X, and it's just so annoying. I think the main problem with this is it's not a free upgrade, and the only reason they can get away with it not being a free upgrade is because it has some exclusive content included with it. Basically, if it adds something, it can't be counted as an upgrade, and therefore it's allowed to be its own game that you have to purchase. However, if it's just a physical upgrade, then they're not allowed to charge for it. However, you can see how they've got around that by adding a few exclusive features that probably wouldn't work very well on last gen, and then charge us like 10-20 quid for it. This is like a not even a full DLC. Like, when you compare it to tunes or even like small DLCs, like the Summer Special DLC, which was actually pretty good when you look back at it. The Summer Special DLC is way bigger than this, and that only added a few small things as well, except that was free and this one isn't. It's safe to say, if you're going to upgrade your game, this isn't how you do it, because people are reporting like bugs from the old game are still here. It's literally just a port. I don't really know what else to say at this point, honestly. I hope that the game gets better in the future. It probably will. I have a feeling the next DLCs down the line are going to really be the expanding part of the expanded and enhanced title. But until then, I would say I'll just play it like normal, but I can't because I don't have any friends on this platform anymore. They're all still on Xbox One. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'll just go play another game, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go play another game. Alright, see you.